Hey everyone, welcome back to Shade Review. In today's video, we are reviewing the All People's Sheldrake 1950 OV5471 sunglasses. But first up, in today's video sponsor, our own website, shadereviewstore.com, the absolute best place to buy designer sunglasses, just like these, up to 80% off the original MSRP. Again, the website there is shadereviewstore.com. Check it out. So let's go ahead and pop the sunglasses on face and talk about the dimensions. These have 47mm lenses and a 22mm bridge. This is the standard and only size that All People's produce these frames in, so there's not a larger or a smaller lens size. You're going to be stuck here with the 47mm lens size. Now, as far as the exact colorway goes, these frames have All People's dark military olive frames, which look absolutely beautiful, and they have these beautiful Parmesan lenses. These are an all glass lens, and the color of these, especially when wearing these outdoors, really pops. It's absolutely beautiful, and it goes really well with this colorway. I do really like that a lot. These are an all glass lens, and the optical clarity of these is extremely good, and they do have the All People's Breathe logo on them. So if we breathe on the lens here, we can see the little logo. And of course, they're going to block 100% of UVA and UVB rays as well, which is extremely important for your eye health. Now, these lenses are a category 2 lens, so they're going to be good for overcast days to relatively bright days. But for extremely bright and harsh sunlight days, I definitely recommend picking up one of the other styles that they have with category 3 polarized lenses. And we do have almost every colorway available on our website for about $200 off the original MSRP. So make sure to check out shadereviewstore.com. We do have a bunch of these in stock, so definitely, again, make sure to check out that. And if you are interested in picking up a pair of these frames, the full price is around $524. We have this exact colorway available on our website for only $315, so a really good price there. But let's go ahead and continue with the review. So what makes this pair of frames really special is the fact they are a folding pair of sunglasses. So they're going to fold up here with the temples very nice and easily, and then they're also going to fold here with the center bridge as well. With the pair of sunglasses folded up like this, you can easily pop it here in your top pocket. And these frames also come with a very small protective case, which sunglasses go in, and then also a small little pouch as well, which is a really nice feature, and it's actually kind of cute there being that small. I kind of like that style. So you can easily just pull these from your top pocket and easily put them in, and it's kind of a good place to store them when you walk inside a dark building. These being category 2 lenses, you could definitely get away with wearing these indoors in almost every scenario, unless it's a really dark area. You can definitely wear these category 2 lenses, and you're not going to look too weird because you can still see your eyes behind the lenses. That's kind of my personal gauge of whether I wear a pair of sunglasses indoors or outdoors. If people can still see my eyes behind the lenses, I will wear them indoors because I like wearing sunglasses, obviously, and I have a ton of them. But if they can't see my eyes behind the lenses, I'm definitely not going to wear them indoors for most of the time, of course. A really cool and fun looking pair of frames, and the fact that they fold is just a really cool feature as well. Of course, they make a Sheldrake that doesn't fold as well, and that is going to be substantially cheaper. If we take a look here at the front of the frames, you can see the little kind of classic Sheldrake metal accents here embedded into the acetate. That's a really nice touch. And then here in the temples, we can see there is not a little metal accent that kind of would correspond with the front. It's just going to be nice and clean. But then if you move down all the way to the temples, we can see the absolutely beautiful etching here on the all metal hinge, which looks really nice. And something that's really special about the hinge is it actually is angled, so it's actually going to bend the rear of the temple down at that perfect angle. That way it can clear the frame. So even with this, it's going to touch the frame just a little bit, the way it was adjusted right out of the box. Of course, you can't heat these frames up and adjust them, so they're going to come in and not even touch the frame. But it was definitely still crucial to get that turn there on the hinge. Otherwise, they definitely would not be able to make it behind the frame and fold up properly. So really nice, and there's also some pretty etching there on the inside of that hinge as well. So not only does it look really cool, it's also there for practicality reasons as well. Now, if we take a look here at the front of the sunglasses again, we can see there is a metal bridge that connects the pair of frames, and it's going to also add a lot of rigidity there as well. My main complaint with this top ridge is no matter how tight you kind of tighten down the top ridge, they're going to tend to just kind of fold up like this, and fall down. That can be annoying if you're trying to put these sunglasses on with one hand. Now I think with some pairs, All People's put a little bit of extra like red Loctite or something like that, and it's gonna hold it just a little bit better. But because of the swinging movement and the constant turning of the bridge, it's never really gonna stay tight, and it's gonna do one of those things which is really annoying. Kind of just gotta shake it and let it go. So that is definitely my main complaint with this frames, and it's my main complaint with almost any pair of acetate folding frames. Some have better implementation than others. But if we do take a look at the top bridge, we can see some really beautiful etching on it, which looks really, really nice and classy. So that definitely does help make them look really good. And it's going to be something that 99% of people are not going to notice, except for the wear, and just really nice that they do have that extra touch. Now, if we take a look at the outside left ear rest of the frame, we can see embedded All People's logo there for authentication purposes. Now, if we take a look here at the inner right temple of the frames, you can see it says All People's LA, vintage glass, and then handcrafted in Italy. And then we can also see the exact core code and model information here in the inner left temple of the frames. Now we can also see they do have a 5-barrel all-metal hinge, and the hinges feel really, really good on the actual frames themselves. They just feel very, very nice and substantial, almost a little bit too tight out of the box. And it's actually kind of surprising how tight these are compared to how loose these are. And again, I actually just tightened these up before I made the review. That way they wouldn't be too sloppy, and they're already really, really sloppy. The more you kind of move it, the more it gets, you know, super sloppy. And I'm almost worried that the screw's going to come all the way out if you do this over time, but I've actually done this for a while on another pair of frames, and it definitely did not come out. So just something to keep in mind with a pair of these folding frames, that bridge is definitely really annoying. But other than that, I think it's an absolutely beautiful pair of frames, really, really classy and nice. And again, you could put a little bit of extra Loctite there, lock down the position of that screw, and the frames are still going to actuate as long as you put it in the very bottom where it needs to stay firm. So I personally would not recommend doing this at all. Definitely take it to an optician who can do this themselves and not break your sunglasses. So I would be very careful of doing that, but I definitely have done it before and have not had any issues with it. But again, you gotta know what you're doing. Now, as far as coverage from sun goes, these frames are not going to offer the best coverage from sun, just like the original Sheldrake. So here up top, we can see a pretty massive gap to let sunlight in unprotected. And then here on the side, again, there's a massive gap that does let sunlight in unprotected, but these frames do have a very nice and premium anti-reflective material here in the back side of the lens, which is going to help reduce sunlight coming in, bouncing off the lens at an angle, which is really important on a pair of frames that has bad coverage. But overall, I think it's an absolutely beautiful pair of All People's frames. They look really, really nice and classy. I really do like the additional little metal bits there. I think it looks really pretty, and I actually do prefer that over the standard one, just because it adds a little bit of extra pop to the sides of the frames. It just looks really, really cool. Personally, again, the bridge does bother me a little bit. It can be very annoying, but it's definitely not a deal breaker for me. It's not a pair I'd want to wear all the time. That would definitely, I think, get annoying. It's definitely a pair that I'd wear on, you know, kind of special occasions or on the weekend or something like that when I'm wearing a button-down shirt or something, maybe a suit. I would definitely pull these frames out. But yeah, just a good pair of frames from All People's. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give me a big thumbs up below, and of course, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and then you'll be notified every single time I upload a brand new video, just like this one, to our YouTube channel. Again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.